Welcome. This is a colorful abstract piece that we're going to create. It's on a 9 by 12 inch Bristol paper, and I start off by making marks with woody markers and pencils and an oil stick as well, a Sharpie oil stick. And this is to take away from the fear of the blank page and to try and connect to the page so that I can begin by putting some paint on next. And what I do next is I take some paint and I take out my paintbrush and I pick some black paint and I start off with black. You don't have to start off with black, but I do. And that is a way to let some of the black peek through towards the end. And I'm not gonna, show most of the black. It's gonna be covered by other paints. So just a few pops of it will come out along the way. So now that I've connected with the canvas with the black, I end up letting that dry just a little bit, and I'm gonna start with some other paints afterwards. And this is one way to start off your painting. It's not the only way to start off your painting, but as you can see, the paper's curling a little bit, but that's okay. It ends up leveling off along the way. I have a tarp behind my painting so that I don't ruin my table. And I end up using some white with a little bit of blue-green mixed in. And actually, I think I pick a color that's just, a light color, but a cool color. And I start off with my cool colors. And then I end up using them first. So as I spread the paint around in places I think I can, make some of that color pop out a bit, and I cover some of the black up, and it looks really nice so far, but it's just the beginning. So there's going to be many more colors added to this, and this is a process that everybody can follow. And it's not the only way. You can start off by using warm colors first, but here in this particular case, on this particular painting, I start off by using cool colors. And by cool colors, I mean blues, greens, purples, and yellow can be a color that works either way, with cool colors or with warm colors. So it's a switch off. And the next color I use is some green. I'm not paying particular attention to where I lay the paint at the beginning, because I'm just trying to get the painting going. So the marks are not, they're random. And so the green is next. It's a light green color. And I try and fill up some of the white spots that are left, and where the canvas or the paper is peeking through, so that it has some paint on it. And next I'm going to be spreading more paint around and making sure that the canvas looks rather full. And what is your process? You can let me know in the comments down below if you have a different process, or if this is an interesting process to you. Why do you like it? So this is going to take some time to make layers, and along the way it's starting to build up. And next I think I take another color. I'm not sure if I still continue with the green or if I use a different color here. 9 by 12s are a good way to work if you don't have a lot of room and you can't do big paintings yet, but it's good to work on paper because it starts you off with a starting place to, instead of going straight to a canvas and wasting your canvas, at least you start off, your technique, perfecting your technique on paper. And as you get better, then you can purchase canvases and continue your technique on the canvases, and you can make them larger and larger. Now, I live in New York, so space is an issue, but um, right now I'm focusing on smaller canvases because I like to work small as well as I like to work in bigger sizes. I've made bigger canvases before, but for the moment I'm perfecting a line of smaller canvases, smaller paper media. Now, this is going to be a colorful abstract. Here you see that I went in with a different color blue, and now I'm starting with the yellow, and it's merging with the colors, and it's coming together a bit. And as you can see, the black still peeks through with the yellow because it's not a very opaque color. And by opaque, I mean it's more transparent than the other colors. And that has to do with the pigment in the color. Some colors are more pigmented. So now we see that the colors are starting to align together, and it's starting to form a pattern. And so I'm applying the yellow along the canvas, and wherever I feel like it might need some pop of color. And it's okay that the color is mixing in with some of the blue and turning into a green, because it makes a nice color green and a different color green than the color green I applied in the beginning. So here I apply a darker blue, still working in with my colors of cool colors. And it's a little different than the black because it's got a tinge of dark blue in it, ultramarine blue. And you don't always have to work up and down. You can work side to side as well. That's another thing that you can do when you're applying color. And you can also switch up your brushes from a square brush that I'm using now to maybe a round brush. And you can make different kinds of marks. But right now I'm just applying the color. And I'm coming in with some white, it has some blue on my brush. So it's turning into a different color blue again. And I'm applying that to different areas, and I'm trying to spread it out so that it merges with the other colors. So I think I'll come in with other colors afterwards, and that might be more of the warmer colors. But for now, I'm still trying to work my way through that. Now, as you can see, I flip my brush around, and I use the back end of the brush as a tool to scrape in the paint, and I'm making circles. And that's gonna apply a nice coating of circles to the wet paint, and they're going to dry like that afterwards, so it makes nice marks. And that's another way of making marks in your painting, and they show through it towards the end in the painting. So that's a nice way of going about it. And now I'm doing some magenta, and here I'm making dots with my brush. And now it's good to make a number of dots. It doesn't have to be all, like 3 or 4, but it can be. But here I'm making a number of dots, and I try and keep it an uneven number. That way it's more pleasing to the eye, because I think uneven numbers are a little more pleasing to the eye. So I'm covering up some of the circles with these dots and going over some of the other colors. It's starting to build up the layers. As you can see, the layers are starting to get multiplied. Now, this Bristol paper can carry a lot of paint on it. It's a thicker paper, and it's a good paper to use for painting as well because it's smooth. And you can use watercolor paper as well if you want something with more tooth to the paper. By that I mean a little more grit or ridges on the paper. But this makes the paint come on nicely and smoothly. So now I'm using some white in my magenta to add another shade and tone to the color. And I'm making little splotches of color throughout the painting where I think I can apply some paint and draw the eye towards that area. So I did 5s and 3s and 7s, and I make splotches of colors in those amounts of splotches. So I overlap them with the circles, the marks that I made in circles, and I'm starting to apply paint throughout the paper. Now I'm making lines, longer lines, because that also draws the eye towards the lines, and it makes it, look like it has more variety. I'm going over the paint a second time to add more definition to the lines, and I'm probably going to come in with another color after this. Now I'm doing more lines on the top because I feel like it needs more lines in that area and make it look a little bit different and draw the eye towards that area. And going over it with the paintbrush. And next I'm probably going to make some other color. Let's see what I pick out. Oh no, I make yellow circles, so that's a different mark, and these circles are in 3s, and I made marks with the back end of the brush, but that's a different type of mark because it's not with the paint and it comes out looking different. Now these circles don't have to be perfect. Imperfect circles are the way to go because they're more organic and they look better in the end. And now I'm making lines with another color. It's more of a rose colored type, fluorescent type color, fluorescent rose or red. And I'm overlapping these lines with some of the other marks that I've made. And I made about 5 swatches here, and I've made some 3 lines, and I'm going in again with the swatches, these little dots, and I'm applying them in areas that I think that might need some color, pop of color, and I'm overlapping that area with these lines, and I'm going in with the lines again, and these lines are horizontal, they're left to right, and they opposite the top to bottom lines. So I'm coming in with some white again, and I'm trying to make the painting have a little bit of variety. So I'm making these lines look a little uneven, and I wouldn't say they're lines, they're more like patches. And these patches of white, and it's not pure white, it's whatever's on my brush with the white. So, and it's making the painting have a little more variety, and it's okay if I overlap some of the marks I made before, because that's the idea. You don't want it to look like the marks are one on top of each other, of the other. You want them to look kind of overlapping. So the white is a another way of making it pop and bringing the darker colors to the forefront and the other colors to the back a little bit. So here I come in with another swatch, and towards the end I make, once I've filled my paper with my marks and my colors, I didn't record this part, but I come in with some neat pastel colors and a pencil, and I make smaller marks throughout the painting, and you'll see the final product at the end of the video. So I let it dry and then I come in with my final marks. But here I'm still applying some white, and I think we're coming towards the end of the video soon. So this is just a variety of patches of white, and I might go over it again for another time with other colors. But I think we're coming towards the end of the video here, and I come in with some rose, some some pink color, and I overlap it with some of the other colors, and that way it has a nice contrast. And now I'm coming in again with the yellow circles, but this time I'm going over the white, so it looks like an overlap again. And that looks like the end of the end is near. So I come in with the yellow circles and I make them throughout the painting, and some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, and it adds a bit of variety. And now I come in with some blue circles, which they're a bit green because it has some yellow on my brush, and that's to make some contrast and add a little bit of variety. And I'm looking at my painting to see what's missing and where I want to add some more. So I add it on top of the other layers, and you have to eyeball it to get a good look at where you think things are missing and where you want to include some other marks. And we have some more circles, so we have about 6 circles there.